If you're comparing premium formulas, and Little Spoon and Kendamil keep coming up as options, same. I wanted to show you how I compare these formula products when I'm trying to look at something for my kids. So we're gonna go straight to the source. We're gonna review both companies' websites and look at all of their data to see what their differences and similarities are. If a transparency first approach, especially when it comes to publishing like exact batch numbers, is like really important to you, then Little Spoon's brand is all about that. They're all about transparency and being able to like research the actual product that you brought into your house. If you have specifically researched HMOs and you want something kosher or halal certified, or just like the idea of a brand with a bit longer of a track record in whole milk formula, Kendamil is going to check those boxes. So realistically, they are both great options. Those are just kind of the big differences I see that might be a reason that a family would choose one or the other. They both come from legitimate research, reasonable sourcing standards. They're just genuinely different priorities depending on what you're looking for. If you've used either, drop it below. I'd love to know what you landed on. Probiotic wise, that's actually the most interesting split between these two formulas. FOS is a plant-derived prebiotic fiber. HMOs are the literal compound found in breast milk. So if you've like read up on HMOs specifically, that's a really like reason to lean to Kendamil. Those are just kind of some interesting differences about those two products. Both brands are doing the same thing. Whole milk instead of skim, that logic, just with different countries behind it, honestly. Genuinely just comes down to either like a sourcing preference or if a certain story speaks to you more. Okay, so let's do a little recap. That was a lot of information that I threw at you from the website, a lot of scientific terms and things like that. So just really quick, let's go over the differences again. Probiotics. They use two different types of probiotics between the two of them. They both have really high standards. It's not like picking one is going to be detrimental to your kid's health. They are sourcing their milk from different places. One is New Zealand and one is the UK. Is one necessarily better than the other? That's up to you to decide. Additionally, something that I found is Kendamil you can buy at like Walmart, for example. Little Spoon works directly with Target. However, when I went to Target, I couldn't find the formula on the shelf. Now, that could have just been my specific Target, or they could have been sold out like on that day that I went. But I just wanted to touch on the two different places that you can buy the different formulas because that can be important to some families. One other thing that really sets them apart is Kendamil is kosher and halal certified, and that is not something that Little Spoon offers, but that could be a deal breaker for some families if that is something that is completely necessary for you when you're feeding your baby. You know, it's not something you're going to be able to kind of like waver on, then you're obviously going to want to go with Kendamil. At the end of the day, both of these formulas are made with such high standards with kids in mind, not only their nutrition, but also like the sensitivities of their stomachs. And it all comes down to if you think that one works better for your family. Little Spoon is going to focus on that like transparency. If you want like batch level testing and being able to actually like look up the product that you have and see what the testing results were, Little Spoon's all about that, and that's gonna be where you want to go. If you're looking for more of a like well-established brand, I would say that maybe has been around a little bit longer, and obviously has certain specifications like kosher and also being able to purchase at Walmart, then that's where a family might venture towards the Kendamil side.